Welcome everyone to our next Rock Hard for Life workshop. Today I've got a very special one for you. We're going to do BFAI alpha inhibitor again. That's the blood flow alpha inhibitor, but I'm going to go much deeper on this one. So we're going to go into the three aspects of blood flow and how they'll either make or break your erections. Really important to understand this. So I'm going to dive much deeper into like these different levels. Okay, so first of all, if you don't know what your primary alpha inhibitor is, then I highly recommend you find that out, because if it is the BFAI alpha inhibitor, then you're going to get particularly great insight from this workshop. Even if it's not, you're still going to get a lot of insight, because blood flow is one of those things that are critical to erections. Okay, you got to have really good blood flow. And I'm going to talk about all three levels and how all three levels have to be at least working good enough to have great erections. So if you don't know what your core alpha inhibitor is, I highly recommend you take the Zander-Holt assessment. I got the link up here on the screen. It takes less than a minute, and it will tell you what your core alpha inhibitor is. And once again, if it's blood flow, this is going to be particularly pertinent to you. It's pertinent to all guys, though. Also, if you don't even know what that is, what is let me get a different screen here. Yeah, the BFAI alpha inhibitor is the blood flow alpha inhibitor. So it's actually is one of the things that block our erections. So that's what the alpha inhibitors are. They block our erections, our lasting power, our feeling of masculinity, all those things. They interrupt the flow of the erection ecosystem, the impact point matrix. So if you don't even know what that is, don't know what the impact point matrix, that's fine. That's the ecosystem behind your erections. Highly recommend you check out the training. I just put the link on the screen. It's free, and it will give you a bird's eye overview of what goes into having great erections, okay, including the blood flow that we're going to talk about today. But this is so important because this is by far the biggest mistake I see guys make, is they focus in on one thing, okay, and it may work for a little bit and then stop working, and then they get frustrated. They go to the urologist, get on the ED drugs. It sends them down a path because they panic, and they panic because they just focused on one thing. They don't understand the ecosystem behind the whole erection system. So understanding that will keep you from that happening to you. And this will become very apparent to you today, because if you look at the IPM ecosystem, up here, this is the BFAI alpha inhibitor. Even within that alpha inhibitor, there's three different aspects we got to deal with. We can't just focus on one aspect of blood flow and expect it to work. I'm going to talk about that today, because some guys do that. You got to address all three, and that's just one alpha inhibitor. So once again, it's so destructive just to focus on one thing. It's so frustrating and will lead you down a kind of a panicked path. And that's why I want you to at least understand the ecosystem on bird's eye level. So if you haven't watched the IPM training, make sure you do that after you watch this. You're going to get plenty. You're going to understand plenty, even if you don't know the IPM ecosystem from this workshop. But anyway, this will help you understand it a whole lot more when you go through that. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in here. So like I said, there's three different aspects to the blood flow that we need to address in terms of having great erections. And like I said, guys aren't aware of this. Like, for instance, the first blood flow alpha inhibitor training I did, I went over foam rolling. And that was to release fascial restrictions, because you got to get good blood flow to the pelvis in order to feed the penis. Okay, that's one aspect of it. But guys don't understand that. So I would get these questions like, foam rolling, how do you foam roll the penis? Those are the questions I would get, because they're thinking, well, I need to increase blood flow in the penis, right? That's what needs to happen. Well, that's one aspect of blood flow. So I can understand why they're thinking that, but I want to change your thinking here, right? There's a lot more that goes into blood flow than just what's happening inside the penis in order to get those great erections, okay? So let me make sure I stay on track here. I'm going to look at my notes. Oop, I didn't open those up. So I think what I'm going to do here is let's talk about, first of all, what's going on in the blood vessels that's important for these erections. What's important, and where do we start getting into trouble? Okay, let's start here with, let me make this a little bit larger for you. Okay, we're going to look at the blood vessel in general.
Hey man, I hope you got a ton out of this segment of the BFAI Blood Flow Alpha Inhibitor video series, where we are diving deep into overcoming this insidious alpha inhibitor that is blocking our birthright of having natural, long-lasting, stage 4 rock-hard erections. If you'd like to get free access to the entire BFAI Blood Flow Alpha Inhibitor video series, make sure you click the link in the description of this video to register for free access to all of these life-changing videos in this series, along with some other surprise bonuses. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and turn on your notifications bell so you get all of the future value-packed videos just like this that I will be releasing for you to help you be the best version of yourself and have natural, stage 4, rock-solid performance. I will see you tomorrow in the next BFAI Blood Flow Alpha Inhibitor video.